Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate having the opportunity to introduce to this respectable audience a joint venture that is being established in Yanbu Industrial City, which has direct relevance to the subject of the conference today. We are putting together an industrial plant in Yanbu to produce polypropylene compounds that go into the auto industry, and being basically a producer of polypropylene, we have elected to go downstream with our product beyond the mere sale of resin by allocating about 30% of our production to downstream. This comes in compliance with the direction the Kingdom has taken in developing clusters and going downstream with intermediary petrochemical products. NATPET is established in 1999 in Yanbu to produce 400,000 tons of polypropylene using a Spheripol process, which is state-of-the-art technology from LyondellBasell. And it's basically a joint stock company with major partners that are Allogain, Zainal, and the General Organization for Social Insurance. To sell its product, it has logistic hubs in Europe, Asia, to better serve its customers in those markets. Schulman, our partner, is an international supplier of customer performance color master batches solutions, specialized powder, engineering plastics that are used in a variety of applications in the plastic industry. Its headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and has made sales of more than $2 billion in 2012. It has 35 manufacturing facilities and has 3,300 associates worldwide. This company is old in the business. It's founded in 1928. The relationship between NATPET and Schulman is an example where two strategic objectives have met. They were looking into the opportunity to establish a manufacturing unit in Saudi Arabia. We were looking for an opportunity to go downstream with our polypropylene, and this is where the marriage took place. We're a 50-50 partnership, and with the support of organizations like SAGI and the Royal Commission, they found Yanbu to be an ideal opportunity to establish this factory. The factory is adjacent to NATPET plant, where polypropylene is pneumatically conveyed from one plant to the other. That represents tremendous logistic benefits that have been viewed with high value by our partner. And we have basically an advantage that is beyond the commercial aspect, and that is we're bringing technology into Saudi Arabia. Schulman has taken the decision to establish this plant as their center of excellence for polypropylene compounds worldwide. So all their needs for polypropylene compounds is going to be created in Yanbu. In addition to that, they are moving their research and development capability to Yanbu. This comes about as a result of the foreseen need by the auto industry to be able to work with a material producer to develop products meeting particular needs that may come about beyond the standard products that are available in the market. Schulman is also, through this relationship, going to help us sell our polypropylene resin through their distribution network worldwide in Europe and the USA. The advantages that have been basically the anchor or the attraction for Shulman to come into Saudi Arabia are obviously the various benefits that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has offered to attract industry. One being the loans they get from SIDF as through the partnership, to the facilities and the excellent services that are provided by SAGIA, where they have to deal with only one organization instead of running around to various entities to process their licensing and their registration. It's one place, and it's been a tremendous benefit to the kingdom. And of course, I would say the Royal Commission being an enabler to allow us to invest and create value to the investors and jobs for the Saudi citizens as a result of that. To give you an idea about polypropylene and how it relates to the other plastics, the bars on the extreme left is polypropylene compared to the other plastics that are used in the car industry. And as evident, you can see that it's significantly higher than any single other plastic that is there. And the purple bar here shows the forecast in 2016, which shows a growth. Of course, growth is taking place with all the plastics, but it's more significant with the PP than the others. Besides the automotive industry, PP is also used in the electronics and electrical industries, and of course in the building and construction. PP has a benefit over the other plastics because it's got the higher performance, cost effective. This is again another example where PP is increasing over the years to replace other material. And this is really a trend that is being observed in the industry to reduce fuel consumption, reduce the carbon emission, and PP is basically taking advantage of that because it helps in the lightweighting effort that is done by the industry. Just to give you an idea, a reduction of car weight by 100 kilogram results in reduction of 8.5 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer traveled by an automobile. To allow somebody that's more capable to talk about R&D, I'm asking my colleague here to step up to just present this slide, and then I will continue.
Thank you very much, Helmi. Hello to everybody here. My name is Bernard Jepka. I am CEO of A. Schulman. I guess one of the few American investments of a smaller company, compounding company, now to Saudi Arabia. Why we went, to the kingdom is because we learned very fast. Actually, the decision was taken in 2008 when I was running Europe. That we learned very fast that the European economy will not grow very fast, and the markets are very saturated wherever you look at, and you see it now currently in the automotive industry. But there's a very interesting and very fast-growing market outside of Europe, which is the Middle East and Africa, obviously. And since you spoke about that a lot, I will not give again data which you've seen. But what is very important is about 400 million consumers, and the markets are not saturated. A lot of people don't have cars, a lot of people don't have household appliances, a lot of people don't have just these standards which we are used to, but the markets are growing very, very fast. And one of the key markets and one of the key drivers in the region is, of course, Saudi Arabia. So we started to look into Saudi Arabia and the Middle East already in 2008. So if some of you want to know some of my and our perspectives, you can talk to me later. We traveled the kingdom a lot. We are doing now the project. One of the keys being a compounder is that you really understand the requirements of the customers. So I'm personally 25 years in the automotive industry, working with the automotive industry in technology too. You as well link these requirements with what the raw materials can really offer you. And this is the key work of a compounder. So what is really important for us that we have local R&D centers, and we are very, very close to the industries, to our customers. And that's actually what you see on this site. Whenever we build a compounding site, and this time together with a partner in Saudi Arabia, we really need to have strong technical expertise to really understand the local needs. As well, of course, this expertise will be enriched by our global know-how. We have a lot of R&D centers in the US, in Europe, now in Asia. And really, we put this together to serve the customer, to serve a specific application. PP, as already said by Helmi, is a strategic component. There is a strategic weakness of a compounder, which is basically they don't have the raw materials. And this really gives us a very unique opportunity where we really mix this fast-growing markets of 400 million people. We have a very strong partner in the upstream industries, and we have a lot of technical know-how, a lot of linkage with the automotive industry, since Schulman is working already 85 years very close with the automotive industry. So this is basically the plan which you see here on the left side after we have built the plant end of 2014, beginning of 2015. We set up, of course, laboratories, and we move further to have not only sample production, but as well full-scale support, R&D support for our customers in the Middle East and Africa from Saudi Arabia. Here you have a couple of applications which we worked on, and I'm very sorry for the first one. Maybe you hear on my language, so I'm a German engineer. So I'm in Detroit, I know, and I probably should have shown a picture from GM, but we work very closely with Mercedes, with Porsche, Audi, and GM. This is the second application down there. And you see what we really do, we modify a lot of plastics to serve needs of customers. The first one is a combination of two materials where it's a paint-free solution for the front grille of the Mercedes here. So you don't have to use paint. This is a significant cost saving. It's still from the aesthetical properties what Mercedes really needs to have, and they are very, very high. So this is a solution from Schulman. The other is where we worked with Opel and GM on a solution actually we modified together with the supplier as a polymer, because you have to have for this innovative solution which actually substitutes aluminiums and other metals, you have to have a very high melt strength, and that's what we really adapted. So key is again being close and having all the capability with our customers, the capabilities to understand what they need, and that's why we have an R&D center as well in Yanbu built. Thank you.
To conclude, one more benefit is basically the advantages of being in Yanbu, close to the auto cluster, that as obvious as it seems, will be mainly logistic benefits of material handling, building to customer requirements, storing for customers based on his needs, and so on and so forth, besides the flexibility that we can offer in transportation of products, either bulk or packaged in various sizes. Again, a repetition of that. Having used my time, I would like to finish with basically a statement by the chairmen of the two companies that are forming the joint venture. I'll read them out. Joe Jengo, the chairman of Schulman, says, as our Middle East markets continue to grow, we believe a strong presence in this critical petrochemical region will be important to achieve our strategic goal, and we're thrilled to have paired with a well-respected and high-quality resin producer. And our chairman, Khalid Ali Rida, our JV expands NatPet's reach as a key raw material provider to the cluster initiative in the kingdom and the fast-developing Asian market. Such a project will help the plastic industry in providing specialized material, bring know-how to the kingdom, create jobs, and add value to the intermediary local petrochemical industry. We are proud to join hands with a leading global player in the engineering plastics compounding business. Thank you very much.